Boys and girls, today is the day. Today is the day where we're going to tune the Volvo C30 from Hilton, from Daddy Rob himself. I got a stage 2 plus tune with fuel overrun and the catalyst delete, so I can get rid of that check engine light. The fuel overrun is, I've heard, a little obnoxious on this car from a lot of people, which sometimes someone wants to be obnoxious, so I'm gonna be a little obnoxious. But I got two different maps actually, so both of them are stage 2 plus obviously, but one of them is gonna have fuel overrun, the other one's not gonna have fuel overrun. I don't want to run fuel overrun the whole entire time, and apparently it's a little hard to kind of die down the pops and bangs on these cars, so I just thought of the next best solution and decided to do just two different maps. Whenever I want to switch it out, I switch it out, and I could be ignorant. So apparently there's supposed to be a little bit of turds of flames and stuff like that, and this car is supposed to make a huge difference in how it feels. So I'm really excited, and I'm going to film the whole entire process of me going through my laptop, putting in my key, showing the both files and everything like that, and doing some flybys, all that stuff, and showing you guys the tune on this car, because I don't see any people making YouTube videos on the Hilton tunes, or even Shark, Elevate, Viva Performance is doing it now, I think, and ALG is also doing maps for these cars. So I want to see how good the Hilton one is. Heard it really reliable, done from the god himself, so I don't think I should have any problems. And we're gonna be driving over to my boy's house, Callan, Rowdy Outy, and we're gonna do it with him, and he's gonna help me film, so there'll be some third-person stuff, and it's gonna be a lit time. So you do need Wi-Fi connected to your laptop in order to use the tuning software from Hilton. And I got two maps. I got one with fuel overrun, one without. We're going to be using fuel overrun. Whenever you connect the dice cable to your laptop, you gotta hit connect and shit, and then press read. And it says put your car into ignition 2, so you have to have it turned. So let's get the key. There's the key. Slide that bitch in, and then put it to 2. So when all the lights are popping up and stuff like that, and then hit OK. And then it's beginning to read, so you just gotta wait. And I'm just not gonna record this whole thing, so I'll wait it out and I'll come back to you guys. This is me from the future. So I didn't get to record the flash part, so what you're supposed to do is that it shows your tunes right here. When you do the readout, it shows the readout right here, and that's whenever you have to, like, for some reason go back to your factory tune. You can hit this, select it, and then press flash. And it's the same thing for the other two tunes. So you can see, like I said previously, I have one with fuel overrun and then one without. So I hit fuel overrun, and then you just press flash, and then you flash it onto your car, and that's basically it. Then you just start the car a few times, because the brake control module, for some reason it tips off in the beginning, which isn't a huge deal, by the way. It's supposed to do that, that's what Rob said. So you just have to, like, turn off the car on and off, the car on and off, like 4 or 5 times, and then the message will clear off itself. But back to the regularly scheduled program. I'm going to be doing some flybys now, and I'll talk about the quickness of the car and also what the car needs, because I'm foreseeing some issues not from the tune, but with the car. So I want to talk about it and try to show you guys what it's like for this car, because I mean, I already talked about it in the intercooler video. It has heat soaking issues, but I'll get back to you guys for that.
Good.
Good. Oh, shit. One more time. I think it just popped a flame. Oh shit. Yo! See?
Out both? Did it go out both?
Yeah. Okay, yep, that one was supposed to. That was supposed to. We're around like 4K, 5K-ish. I'm like going 80 right now. Tilted back like way more. I'm driving the car right now. I've been driving it for around a day and a half or so, and this car is absolutely different. Like power band wise, throttle response, even just the sound of the car, exhaust noise, and even induction noise is completely different. I'll send you. I'll put a clip right here of me doing a poll on my friend's street and him recording it. It was crazy. It, like, induction noise wise, it just sounded completely different. But this car is so fun to drive. It's seriously perfect. Like, it's the right amount of power, and my clutch is not slipping, by the way, which is perfect. And whatchamacallit, damn, this is clutch is not slipping, and my tires are not really spinning that much. I did put on new tires. If you want to know what they are, they're the General G-Max ASO 5s. I've heard a lot of good things about this tire, so I decided to go for it. They are all seasons, and I've heard they got really good wet performance, so the last thing I want to do is hydroplane, so I was like, you know what, I'll take their word for it, and I got them. So the tires are great. They're not spinning at all with this power, and I'm guessing this thing makes around 300 wheel horsepower, which is really good for, you know, a car like this. It's an absolute rocket now. Makes me want to beat on the car more, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll take that as a good thing, because, you know, the whole point of having a car that is tuned and modified is to have fun and have torque, which is fun. So I'm having a lot of fun with this thing. Definitely worth to get a tune, obviously. I mean, after you do a lot of bolt-ons, you need to get a tune right away. I was skipping out on it because I didn't feel like spending the money, and I was being, you know, a little baby. But definitely a thing that you should buy whenever you do mods to a car. And it's a really good car, extremely good car. I'll be doing some videos of me doing polls on the next clips. But yeah, like currently driving right now, daily drivable. Throttle response is way better. Honestly, makes my downshifting a lot better too, because the throttle is a little bit more touchy. So I'm able to like flip the throttle like really quickly and be able to like, you know, downshift a little bit more smoother and quickly too at the same time, so I can get it up to the right RPMs. So I think it's just an all-around better car. It really woken up the car a lot. It's a lot torquier, a lot quicker, and also I gotta talk about that problem that I've been kind of seeing with driving this car a lot, and you know, kind of beating on the car and stuff like that. So that's definitely a thing I gotta talk to you guys about, because I want you guys to know what you're getting yourselves into whenever you modify these cars, because honestly, I'm just going with the flow and I'm sending it. So I'll see you guys at the next clip. This is me doing inside of the car pull. Hard one ish. Let these cars in front of me clear. All right, ready? It's fucking fast. It's incredibly quick. It's really nuts how this car pulls now. Like, boost wise, like the way it just ramps in, and like, it's, you know, on stock tune, it pulls you back on the seat a tiny bit, which is like really fun. That's why I said like stock tune is actually like very, very fun to drive. Like, it's not underwhelming at all. Like, you can have fun and beat the crap out of the car, you know, and drive it. But this thing is just, it's just, it just goes. It just wants to. You stay above $3,000, it's just gonna pop. There's a stop sign right here. I'm just gonna do like a rolling, keep it at 2 Gs, and roll it right now. I love this thing. I really love this car. It's real fun. Definitely worth it. And this is Hilton Stage 2 Plus. Just gonna keep saying it and bend it into your minds. The way like bounce off trees, it's funny. I love it. It's stupid. Like, not that much. Now, the one thing that I did want to talk about this car is, first time I got it tuned, when I was at Callan's house, whatchamacallit, it's like, this car has a huge issue with heat soak, and it's kind of insane, because I mean, I was excessively revving it a little bit. I just wanted to hear it, obviously, so like, it was kind of dumb to do that. I mean, either or, like, again, it's not my fault that the car has heat soak. It's just the parts that are available for this car. The way they make these intakes is, you know, it's literally right next to the block, right behind the radiator, and everything like that. So think about the radiator fan, like, kicking in, sucking in the heat, the air through the radiator. So the air going through the radiator is already warm, and also, you know, this car warms up fully, and you're driving the car, doing all that stuff, and you want to have some fun. The IETs on this car going through the cone filter is like sucking in a bunch of hot air, and it's crazy. I feel like the positioning of the intake is really inconvenient, and it's sucking in a bunch of hot air. So let me show you right now. So I opened the hood. So like you can see it right here. That's a rad van, and that's literally the block right over there, and like just a bunch of stuff that has heat, right? And it's right in the middle of it. So air's going through there, through the radiator, into the cone, and it's sucking in a bunch of hot air. So I want to switch that. I want to completely scratch this intake, because first of all, like, the tabs broke on it. I don't know how that happens to an Elevate intake. It's like one of the biggest ones in the freaking industry for C30s, and it has that issue. But I'm gonna try to make one myself, and I want it to be able to have an actual cold air intake and see if I can like reroute it somewhere else. I've seen some friends notch the radiator support right here, put the pipe through, and have the cone filter right over here in front of the grill. So, or even I've seen people delete this brake pump or booster. Well, it's not a booster, I think it's a pump. And they delete that whole entire thing with the vacuum lines and everything are, and they literally just do a 90-degree going that way and put it right over here, and it'll be like more away from the engine. So I feel like a project of mine is going to be able to reroute this intake and make it go somewhere else. The intercooler did a great job. Like, there's a noticeable difference in performance from the intercooler, but the intake is definitely something that I have to figure out, because I don't want my car to be sucking in hot air and losing performance just because of that. Because it was very noticeable on the day that when we tuned it and I was driving it around and beating on it and having fun with it, it felt a lot slower than a day after I started driving. I'm like, holy shit, this thing is actually really, really quick. And I think it's purely based off of heat soak, because the car was really, really hot on that day. I kept touching the engine. I can even feel it like coming through the fender wells and shit like that. And it wasn't the brakes, it was definitely through like because it was radiating. So that's what I want to figure out. And I have a few other ideas to have this car cool better. So I think cooling mods is like the #1 thing for this car that I'm thinking about. Also doing an intake manifold, just spicing it up, and also get more low end torque, shit like that. And I mean, that's it. But I think heat soak is a huge issue for these cars. It really is, and it's really fucking annoying, because all the intakes, they all go that way. And the stock intake, I mean, it has a big ass box. It's a plastic box that has a scoop that literally scoops in air, goes into the box. So it's a lot more efficient than this. Basically, it's just a fact. The intake is not gonna instantly make everything fucking better. The intake has to be proper to, you know, actually suck in cold air and not just hot air. So that's something I have to definitely use my noggin for. And I'm definitely gonna record me making an intake for this car, because I want to start fabbing some stuff. I want to start welding and doing some, like, you know, custom fabrication. And I'm going to record myself doing everything for this car, making brand new intakes. Okay, that's a loud ass bus. But yeah, just new intake is going to be a good thing to start off with. And I definitely want to delete the muffler on this Elevate exhaust, because I feel like it'll be so worth it. It sounds amazing, don't get me wrong. I love the way it sounds. I just want it to be a little bit more louder. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep the resonator, but delete the muffler and replace that with a straight pipe. So it'll be also another fat project that I can do and practice my welding and stuff like that, which I think will be really, 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 really cool to do. Probably some kind of winter project, you know. I've been getting my garage set up, and I already got my welder and everything like that. So that's definitely like a few big things that are gonna like come up for this car, is doing some custom fabrication, recording myself doing it, and show you guys the whole entire process. Because this car is like, you know, it's my baby, and I want to do what's the best for this car. I want to give it the best of the best. I want it to run well. I want to make it do everything correctly. So, you know, that's definitely, I have some ideas for this car, and it definitely doesn't stop here. But doing that stage 2+ tune is a huge leap. Probably one of the best things I've done to this car, except the short shifter and the coilovers. Short shifter and coilovers were the best thing, like driver mod and just feeling and everything like that was the best thing I've done to this car. But the tune, is amazing. Really reliable. Car runs smooth as hell. I had no issues with it whatsoever, you know. So I give it a 10 out of 10. 100% give it a 10 out of 10. It's everything that I would ask for power. And also, I didn't make a YouTube video on it, but I installed the rear camber arms and dialed in the camber, and it looks perfect. Like, it's not tilty anymore. So now my tire wear is not going to be that bad. Focus. So, like, the rear fin is great. Like the front and rear camber, both the same. So it doesn't look very tucked in. So, like, side profile wise, it's way better. Probably could use like a 5 to 10 mil spacer. I would have to measure that, but I don't think I'm gonna do it for these wheels. I'll buy new wheels and have the fitment perfect on that, on those spec, because these will be my winter wheels now. So a lot coming for this car. I hope you guys stay tuned for it. I've seen a lot of feedback. I've seen a lot of people subscribing, all these views. Like, all my freaking YouTube videos have over 1,000 views on it, and my first YouTube video has 4,500. So that's crazy. That means, like, you guys in the community are making me known, and you guys are actually interested in seeing C30 content, or just P1 Volvo content in general, because it's almost the same. And anyone around the world who's watching this, please let me know down below what you guys want to see me doing to this car, because I want to make videos for you guys, for the process of installing and showing how it feels, and just giving my personal opinion, because I'm blunt with everything that I say. If something is shit, I'm gonna say it's shit. Like the Elevate intake, it's absolute doggy. I don't recommend it. I don't like it at all. And it's definitely a waste of money. If Elevate's seeing this, revision it, because, you know, I had first-hand experience. Your tabs broke, and it was a pain in the ass to install. And also, what is it? Heat soak is huge, and that's literally how the intake is installed. So the only thing I liked from you guys so far was the ECU bracket. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'll find my way around it and do some really cool stuff to it. Final thoughts: get the tune. That's it. No question about it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know what you guys want to see next on the YouTube videos, because I just need some ideas, and I do have a lot of them, but, you know, I want to see what you guys want to see, you know. So I appreciate the support. Let me know anything in the comments. If you have any questions, I'll answer it. And goodbye.